You're going to fold your t-shirt in half, then trace the front half of the shirt. Then if you want your cardigan to be longer, then you're going to extend the length. Add a 1/2 inch seam allowance all around your pattern. You're going to turn your neckline to a sort of a V-neck. So starting from the top of your original neckline, draw a diagonal line down, then add 1/2 inch seam allowance. To make a draped cardigan, you're going to draw another diagonal line, and here's how you should do that. So you're going to measure up where you want the back to stop, and for me that was 19 inches or below my butt. And then you're going to draw another diagonal line from the back of the pattern to the tip of the front. Cut out your now modified pattern. Figure out where you want your pockets to be. Mine is 9.5 inches down from the armhole and 5 inches wide. Fold the back of your t-shirt in half and then trace around it. The seam allowances should be the same. So notice how the back cardigan matches the front in a very specific way. Okay, now it's time to trace the hood. I just grabbed another jacket and just traced the hoodie off of that, and then I added 1/2 inch seam allowances all around. Trace your sleeves too. I extended mine because I wanted a long sleeve cardigan. So to make your pocket pattern, I first made the starting width is 5 inches, so it'll match the pattern. And then I just traced around my hand into this teardrop shape, and then I added seam allowance, which is also 1/2 inch, and that's it. So your pocket pattern should match the marks you made, and it should be slightly bigger because of the seam allowances. Place the front pieces onto the back piece, right sides together. Pin where your pockets marks are. You're not going to sew into that area. You're just going to leave that part unsewn. You're just going to sew the shoulders together and the sides. Fold your sleeves right sides together and then sew it. Put your pocket pieces right sides together and then sew around it, but leave the straight part unsewn. Place your hoodie right sides together and then just sew the curve that I pointed out. Pin the sleeves into the armhole of your cardigan. Make sure that you match the side seam so you could get like a neat seam. You're going to sew your pocket into that gap left in the garment when we're sewing the sides. Make sure that the pocket shape is in that downward position, and then you're going to just sandwich it between the gap and then pin it and then sew around it. Okay, so place a right side out hoodie inside an inside out hoodie, and then just sew where I directed it. Flip the hoodie right sides out. So your hoodie should now consist of 2 layers. Pin the first layer of the hoodie on right side together on the neckline of the cardigan. So fold up the second layer about 1/2 inch and then cover the seam that you just made, and then this will cover up all your raw edges, and then just pin that down and you're going to sew it. So as you can see from the stitches that I just made, I sewed together the hoodie to just hold the layers together. Hem any raw edges by folding it up twice, then you're done. So you're probably wondering, what does it look like? Well, let's see the results.